Good morning, children. Welcome back to our session. In the previous session, I told about what is science, why do science, and methods of science, and the perspectives of science, individual perspective and societal perspective. These are all things discussed in the previous session. Okay, children. I hope you are all understand about that. Okay. Now let us discuss about our next topic is science and change. What is mean by science and change? Children, you think science undergoes any change? Yes, science undergoes constant changes in discoveries which make better understanding of nature. Advances in existing discoveries happen only when it is regularly questioned. Children, do you think in 10 years ago there is no mobile phones, there is no highly equipped laptops or LEDs? These are all not available in years ago. But nowadays we are all able to use smartphones and LED TVs and mobile phones and laptops. These are all used by us. How it is developed? So that means science undergoes changes every day. So one of the famous scientists, Karl Popper, says science is a history of corrected mistakes. And for example, Albert Einstein every year retracts what was written in the previous year. The famous scientist Albert Einstein retracts his discoveries. Whatever he discovered in the previous year, these are all things retracts by next year. Many scientists would like to go back to their past by centuries to know the ideas developed during that time. Okay, na children? Scientists observe nature in a different way and this led to great innovations. The way they follow the nature is termed as scientific method. Children, now let us observe how they follow the scientific methods. And our next topic is scientific method. Children, listen carefully. What is scientific method? The processed work processed by scientists in their discoveries is called scientific method. This includes various things that those are planning and investigation, science process skills, reading to learn, writing to communicate, measuring. These are all things involved in the scientific method. Okay. Now let us discuss about planning and investigation. Before starting research, the scientists gather information, plan, conduct a study, and organize and present their study. These are all steps involved in the research process. Planning and investigation includes 5 steps. Let us study about them. One is ask questions, and second one is form a hypothesis, and third one is plan an experiment, fourth one is conduct the experiment, and the last one is result and conclusion. Okay, children, let us discuss one by one. First one is ask questions. Observe the required material carefully. Children, we conduct one experiment. For that we required some material. First observe the required material carefully, whatever we required. Use your senses to make observations. Note down one question which you want to know and prepare notes about that questions. Whatever the question you write, that required notes you prepared first, then sort out what is the additional information required, then need to research on the topic. So here one of the question, that is which soil works best for planting bean seeds. For that we need to find out more about the different types of soil. Here we have different types of soil. What are they? Clay soil, potting soil and sandy soil. In that, which is suitable for planting bean seeds, let us decide. And the second step is form a hypothesis. Make a hypothesis or suitable answer to your question. Hypothesis is the possible answer that can be tested. Here for your question there are so many answers. In that, which is suitable for your question, that is a hypothesis. Summarize your hypothesis in a complete structure. My hypothesis is that bean seeds sprout best in potting soil. Next step is plan an experiment. Write down the variables or factors required. Water, light are fixed variables. Soil is the changing variable for our experiment. Also, make a list of equipments whatever we required. Make necessary arrangements to record the data. Okay, children, I will put identical seeds in 3 different kinds of soil: sandy, clay, potting soils. Each flower pot will get the same amount of water and light. So I will be controlling the variables of water and light. Please conduct the experiment. Follow the steps you have written in that and observe and measure carefully. Record everything that happens. Organize your data so that you can study it carefully. I will measure each plant every 3 days. I will record the results in a table and then make a bar graph to show the height of each plant. 21 days after I planted the seeds. After sprouting the seeds, we will measure the length of the plants, whatever they grow, by using a scale. So by that we get one answer. And the last step is draw conclusions and communicate results. Analyze the data you gathered. Make charts, tables or graphs to show your data. Make a note of conclusion determining the factors responsible. Check if your hypothesis is correct or not. My hypothesis is not correct. The seeds sprouted equally when in potting soil and sandy soil. They did not sprout at all in clay soil. From this experiment, we conclude that for potting the bean seeds, clay soil is not suitable for beans. And which soil is suitable for beans? The potting soil and sandy soil is suitable for potting the bean seeds. Okay children, I hope you all understand. Thank you.